Guys, good morning. It's Friday. It's Daryl here. It is a cold morning. The wind chill's down to 0 here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I've started this video 3 times and stopped it and started over again. I've been awake since 2:30. It's funny. There's another channel that kind of led to my success here, and I watch that videos on that channel usually before I'll make my own. Sometimes after. And about 80% of the time, me and this person are on the have the exact same mindset. It's freaky, and I'll tell you what I mean. I'm just going to say this briefly because I don't think I'm ready to talk about it yet. I tried 3 times already, and I couldn't do it. So, as you guys could see, this my channel here has had some success over the last month, and I can't thank you guys enough. Oh my God, the comments are amazing. Thank you for taking an interest in my art. Thank you for your comments. I got to admit, I see how people can be sometimes, and and I got thick skin. You have to when you're an artist. You have to have a lot of self-confidence and be secure in your vision and everything. But I was a little hesitant to read the comments because sometimes a comment will stick with me for the entire day. Believe it or not, I probably shouldn't tell you guys this because 99% of you are positive, good comments, and that 1% sometimes they sting, man. But they were great comments. You guys are terrific. So anyway, a success here on this channel. And apparently not everybody around me is happy about it. So I've had it looks like a relationship kind of might be coming to an end. And it's unfortunate. But I don't think I'm an evil person. And I that hurts when, and stuff like that does hurt me. It hurt me. It bothered me enough so that I actually took a step back yesterday and made a video about trying to be objective and looking at the situation, trying as best I could to look at the conservative side, the right side versus the left side, objectively. Because nobody wants to be called evil. And it bothered me. And it's bothered me to the point where I think might have to pull back from a relationship. And that's all I can say about that for this morning. All right. And so there's a series of 3 other stories that I was interested in talking about. Virginia, where they caught 3 white supremacists with a considerable 1,500 rounds of ammunition, which I grew up around guns. It's a lot of ammo, but it's not a crazy a lot. It's really not. But the scary part was when the governor was talking, and they were talking about threats of weaponizing drones to attack the Capitol, and so that the governor now has set up a no-gun zone around the Capitol, and they challenge that. It's a scary situation. Honestly, it feels like one side, the gun advocate side, I guess, is itching for a fight. Like they're itching to use their weapons to exercise their rights, and not in a positive way. It's the way I see it. It seems like extremism. Again, going back to this cult of Trump. I really see it as greed, fear, envy, and just a cult. And a cult is an obsession with something and it gets to a point where you will not accept truth when you're in a cult. And then a cult will involve conspiracy theories. There's got to be an evil. There you go. There's got to be an evil, something to fight against, a conspiracy that you're being lied to. And then you come up with a hero, and if you form a cult around that hero, and I'll be damned, that's what we got right now. Okay, so another story was the impeachment hearings, and I watched the senators being sworn in by Justice Roberts, right? And they are sworn to uphold impartial justice. Hand on the Bible. I will uphold impartial justice according to our Constitution. Now, these senators have, I hope when they took that oath, that it cleared their head a little bit, because a lot of them are saying, like McConnell was just saying, I'm going to do what Trump wants. That's the jury saying they're going to do whatever the defendant wants. That's a mockery of a trial right there. So the best I could do is hope that they had an awakening when they put their hand on that freaking Bible. Sorry. But that they are sworn to uphold impartial justice, which takes me to another part of the story. Parnas, a man here from Connecticut, Hyde. This new evidence pouring out. In videos a while back, I read in local papers, local Republican papers, mind you, if you go back about 2 months ago, that the Trump campaign or the Trump administration wanted 3 words, man. They wanted an announcement from the Ukraine government, not an investigation, announcement, just to throw mud on Biden. Really, that's a simple way to put it. Now, going back to the cult of Trump again. At Christmas time, I brought this up, that the president broke the law, you know, with this whole thing and holding back. Now, and another thing, this government watchdog agency, saying that the Trump administration outright broke the law. So then the cult of Trump people came back at me that, well, we hired him to do a job, and they were kind of saying by any means necessary. All right, so now I come back at him again, and when they said that, they meant that Biden was corrupt and they wanted to drain the swamp. Now it comes out that it wasn't even about draining the swamp. It wasn't even about Biden being guilty or innocent. And there's nothing I found at all that says he's guilty of anything, or Hunter. But anyway, it's not even about that either. It's about Trump and the 2020 election. That's all it's about. Personal gain. So you present that to the cult of Trump, and it'll just be, no, it's lies now. Parnas, it's all lies. And the senators don't want to hear it. They don't want witnesses. So this is the way it goes with the cult. It gets frustrating because no matter what evidence, you can't have a sane, rational debate, because no matter what evidence, you can present all the evidence in the world to people of this nature. And either they'll just keep refuting it, or when it just comes down to it, they'll just say it's lies. You know, it's a conspiracy. And then this is where the whole deep state thing comes from too. It's a boogeyman. It's a made-up boogeyman to when they don't have an answer for something. When they don't have an answer why Hillary wasn't convicted, why there was never any evidence found. When they kept screaming, lock her up, because it was the deep state, the boogeyman. It was all lies. You know, we know the truth. It's scary, man. It's scary. Cult of Trump. Then, okay, here's one more. At the gym yesterday, again, I love watching this bank because I have you could call it attention deficit disorder. I like to call it multitasking, where I need a lot of input all at once. And, you know, I'll read, I'll watch TV, I'll have my YouTube video on. I'll have 3 sources of input all at once. And I'll be reading 2 or 3 books on top of this. And I don't know if it's attention deficit disorder, if it's multitasking, I don't know. Anyway, there's a bank of TVs in the front of the gym, and they have every imaginable channel on. One catches my eye. It's Fox News. And they're talking about how everybody's fleeing the blue states to the red states, from Connecticut to like Florida, because of taxes, because of the terrible, evil Democrats. You know, cult of Trump again. And it's a twisting of the truth. Now, we do have high taxes here in Connecticut. We have the highest taxes probably in the country. But I'm not trying to make excuses here, but these people don't take into account that we have some of the most bizarre weather in the country. Some of the highest budgets in our town, in our state, is for snow removal. Ice. They have I think it's like 700 plows. They'll go out all at one time here in this, and it's a small state. That's a lot. And then that's just the state plows. Then there's the town, and it's very costly. Now, on to one more thing, and this is somewhat local. 95 runs through this state, and it's a main thoroughfare from two of the biggest cities, not only on the East Coast, but in the country, Boston and New York, and we're in the middle. And our state is having a hard time keeping up, fixing these roads. And we're talking about tolls, because we can't keep raising taxes. We're in the red. It's costing us a lot of money to run this state. And I see charging, there's a lot of the states around us, Mass, I think, New York, they all charge tolls. Rhode Island. But we don't. And the Republicans don't want to charge tolls. And it's just not to local residents, but to the out-of-state trucks that use these roads every day that we have to repair daily. There's hundreds of thousands of trucks that travel on these roads weekly, back and forth, constantly, especially 95. And I don't have a problem with the people using them and making money off them to pay a toll. For some, I think the Republicans don't want this just because it's a Democrat idea. When you present this to them again, the cult of Trump here, they come up with any reason. Well, it's going to raise our prices. If we start charging them tolls, then it's going to cost us more at the store. I don't see how it's possible. Like this, the states all around us are already charging tolls. I don't see Walmart raising the prices of our goods just because we instituted tolls in Connecticut. It's a kind of a silly argument. So anyway, that's my topic today, the cult of Trump, where apparently I've been labeled by somebody very close to me as evil. I thought it was a joke. I didn't think they were serious, but apparently they are, and it's taking a toll on the relationships closest to me. The success of this channel has not made everybody happy around me. And I didn't think that political affiliation, I thought my ties to the people around me were more important than political affiliation. And maybe they're not. I don't know. And maybe that's just something about the relationship. I don't know. But anyway, all these stories, I wanted to tie them all together under the title of Cult of Trump. That most times it's impossible to have a rational debate about these topics, because inevitably it comes down to just a refusal to believe, to just a denial of reality, a denial of truth. And then we're labeled in the end too, because it makes it easier that, they're evil, they're lying, meaning us, the left, the non-cult of Trump. So it's a troubling, I have a heavy heart this morning, I do. It was unexpected to have this kind of impact on a relationship close to me, that, my success here and that my political affiliation would label me as evil. But it has. And I see this divide growing ever more too, and that's the even scarier thing. With this, the more evidence against Trump, like in the impeachment and everything, the more dug in they get. That it's lies. It's all about 2016. It's about deep state. It's scary. It scares me. In Virginia, the government's gonna shut off the electricity and the phones, take away all of our guns, just like Obama was going to take away the guns. You can't have it. Sometimes it gets to a point where you can't have a rational debate, a conversation with people that just aren't rational. All right, that's my video for today. For now. There'll be another one. All right, you guys have a good Friday. Take care.